What if I told you are not your brain? It's mostly hard disk. Capital cities always centered. Also proven by heart transplants and other sources. Don't believe what they say, that you are a brain on a stick. You are not a machine with a brain, but a symphony with a soul. This book empowers you to listen to your body's wisdom. Heal trauma stored in somatic memory. Make decisions from your heart, not just your head. Understand your spiritual intuition as a valid form of intelligence. Reconnect with a sense of purpose, rooted in your whole self. Begin the journey. If you've ever felt fragmented, disconnected, or unsure of who you are, this book is for you. If you've long suspected that your thoughts don't tell the whole story, that your body holds truths your brain cannot grasp, you are right. If you are ready to wake up to a fuller, freer, more luminous way of living, then turn the page. You're not your brain. You're much more. Welcome home to your whole self. You are about to rewrite the script of an amazing new life. Unfortunately, with all the deafening noise around, it is time to take good care of yourself. It is now or never. Introduction. A new vision of self. For centuries, humanity has operated under a profound assumption that the brain is the master organ, the sole architect of identity, consciousness, and human experience. We are taught to trust our heads, rely on reason, and cultivate intellect, almost always at the expense of the rest of our being. From the way we educate our children to how we treat illness, the message has been consistent: you are your brain. Your thoughts, your memories, your intelligence, all reside in that 3-pound organ inside your skull. But what if that message is incomplete? What if it is, in fact, a myth? This book, You're Not Your Brain, sets out to challenge one of the most entrenched paradigms in science, medicine, and culture. It proposes a bold idea that consciousness is not limited to the brain. Rather, consciousness is distributed across the entire body, and perhaps even extends into the energetic and collective fields that interconnect all living things. This book invites you to explore this revolutionary concept and to awaken to a more holistic, empowering, and transformative understanding of who you truly are. The myth of the brain-centric self. In recent decades, neuroscience has made remarkable strides. We've mapped neural pathways, identified regions of the brain responsible for everything from memory to emotion to language, and marveled at its plasticity and complexity. The brain is indeed a marvel of biology. But in our admiration, we've made a critical error. We've mistaken the map for the territory. We've assumed that because the brain is involved in conscious processes, it must create consciousness. This book argues that the brain is not the sole generator of consciousness. Instead, it is a receiver, processor, and communicator, a vital hub, yes, but not the source. Consciousness, as emerging evidence suggests, is distributed. It lives not just in the head, but in the heart, the spinal cord, the gut, and the very fabric of our cellular and energetic networks. A journey into the whole self. Each chapter of You're Not Your Brain unveils a different facet of this distributed consciousness. In Chapter 1, we dismantle the brain-centric myth and expose the limitations of a mind-only model. Chapter 2 takes us into the intelligence of the heart, a center of intuition, emotion, and even decision-making, as revealed by science and corroborated by ancient traditions. Chapter 3 uncovers the hidden role of the spinal cord, not just as a relay system but as a co-participant in shaping our sense of self. In Chapter 4, we introduce the Saifuden Code, a conceptual framework that integrates the physical, energetic, and informational layers of consciousness. Chapter 5 explores distributed consciousness as a system-wide phenomenon, showing how different body parts participate in the orchestration of awareness. Chapter 6 presents startling evidence of cellular memory, including transplant cases that suggest memory and personality traits may be stored outside the brain. In Chapter 7, we rethink identity itself, proposing a shift from a static, brain-bound self to a dynamic, holistic selfhood. Chapter 8 focuses on healing the whole self, integrating somatic, emotional, and energetic therapies that align with a distributed model of being. And in Chapter 9, we envision the future of humanity as we adopt this new paradigm in education, medicine, society, and spirituality. The call to wholeness. What is at stake here is not merely academic or theoretical. Our very experience of health, happiness, and meaning depends on how we define ourselves. When we believe we are only our brains, we treat the rest of the body as secondary, disposable, or even adversarial. We ignore the messages of the heart. We numb the pain of the body. We dismiss the quiet wisdom of ourselves. This leads to fragmentation, disconnection, and imbalance, within ourselves and in the world around us. To embrace distributed consciousness is to reclaim our wholeness. It is to recognize that our bodies are not dumb matter but intelligent participants in our lives. That our hearts hold not just love, but knowing. That our guts carry instinct. That healing and awakening are not top-down processes, but systemic harmonizations. An ancient truth, a modern awakening. This idea is not entirely new. For millennia, indigenous cultures, mystics, and holistic healers have spoken of the body as sacred, as wise, as integral to the soul's journey. Yogic traditions teach of chakras, energy centers aligned along the spine. Chinese medicine maps meridians through which life force flows. Shamans speak of cellular memory and spirit-body communication. What is new is the convergence of this ancient wisdom with modern science. Studies in neurocardiology, psychoneuroimmunology, and epigenetics are revealing truths that were once only accessible through intuition or altered states of consciousness. The walls between science and spirituality are crumbling, and in their place is rising a unified field of understanding. A book of empowerment. You're Not Your Brain is not only a deconstruction of outdated models, it is a celebration of possibility. When you realize that your brain does not define you, you become free to explore the deeper, richer terrain of your being. You are no longer confined to thoughts and memories. You are a living symphony, where every part of you contributes to the music of your life. This book empowers you to listen to your body's wisdom. Heal trauma stored in somatic memory. Make decisions from your heart, not just your head. Understand your spiritual intuition as a valid form of intelligence. Reconnect with a sense of purpose, rooted in your whole self. Capital cities always center. A recurring theme throughout this book is the phrase, capital cities always center. In the geopolitical world, capital cities symbolize governance, identity, and direction. Likewise, within our being, our capitals must be centered, not dominated by the brain alone, but harmonized among all centers of intelligence, brain, heart, spine, and beyond. When these capitals are in coherence, our lives reflect that balance. This book is an invitation to re-centralize your existence. Begin the journey. If you've ever felt fragmented, disconnected, or unsure of who you are, this book is for you. If you've long suspected that your thoughts don't tell the whole story, that your body holds truths your brain cannot grasp, you are right. If you are ready to wake up to a fuller, freer, more luminous way of living, then turn the page. You're not your brain. You're much more. Welcome home to your whole self. The advancing revolution of new awareness has already started and cannot be stopped. Catch the departing thundering train, or regrettably be left behind.